Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel. And today we're going to be talking about Nike's best performing shoes right now that you can get on Nike.com. So if you guys do want to cop any of these shoes, I'll try to leave a link in the description box. I got two tiers. I got a second tier, a first tier, and then in the first tier, I got my favorite shoes to ball in, right? So let's get it started right away with the second tier. And starting this list off, we got the Kyrie 7 coming in at 130 bucks. So the Kyrie 7 is a solid performer, but the cushion just isn't super nice. I mean, if you don't want like crazy good cushion or like crazy good impact protection, you want more responsiveness, it's pretty damn nice. And you get that like 4-foot zoom turbo unit, which is nice. But then overall, the Kyrie 7, I feel like is in the second tier, just in my opinion. I feel like a lot of people will enjoy it though. And of course, some of the pluses are the outsole curvature and just how good that traction is, right? All right, moving on to the next shoe, we got the Lebron 18 and it's going for $200 freaking dollars. It's in the second tier because it's a little heavy and it's just like not the most responsive shoe, just in my opinion. You feel a little bit slower than like, a fully responsive shoe like the Curry 8, So, I mean, but you get crazy cushion. You get extreme bounce with that full length zoom unit right underneath the foot. And then you get that like crazy Air Max unit in the heels. So that feels really nice and the materials feel great. With that knit posit 2.0 material, it feels great, on foot and it feels quality. But for the most part, I don't think a lot of people will enjoy it that much besides the cushion because of how heavy that shoe is, and you're pretty high up off the ground as well. All right, moving on to the next shoe, we got the Zoom Freak 2 coming in at 130 bucks. So it's a solid performer. I actually liked playing in the Zoom Freak 2. I would say it's like more of the like better shoes that Nike has to offer as far as like their cheaper signature shoe goes, right? So the cushion is the only thing that's kind of holding the shoe back from being in the first tier. The cushion is not that nice, especially in the heel. The 4-foot zoom unit is pretty nice. You get a nice little bounce from it. But other than that, it's pretty lackluster, but the traction is good, it has a nice bite, and it's durable. And the materials are pretty nice. We have a nice like kind of textile material, which is super thin, and it conforms to your foot very well. And I had no issues with support or lockdown in that shoe. So overall, it's a nice shoe, but the cushion could be a little bit better. All right, next is the PG5. It's 110 bucks. I don't like how the shoe feels that much on foot. Like it feels cheap light. Yeah, and it's a PG, it's a signature shoe. Like use better materials. Like the material is just so bad. I don't know why they would put that material on a signature shoe, but anyways, so other than that, it's a nice shoe. The traction was pretty damn good. The cushion, it could be a little bit better because I wish it felt a little bit more like the PG4. But if you want something a little bit more responsive with that Air Strobo unit, it's still pretty damn nice. In support and lockdown, I didn't really have any issues with either. It's just like not a nice feeling shoe as far as like quality goes. So that's why I put it in the second tier. All right, next we got the Lebron 18 Low. If you want something a little bit more responsive and you don't want to feel that zoom unit, I would say the Lebron 18 Low feels way better, and then the materials are like thinner. You don't have that like thicker knit material that the Lebron 18 has. So if you want to feel a little bit more responsive, and also the Lebron 18 Low is lighter than the Lebron 18. If you want full details, you guys can check out the versus video, but it's still like a little bit heavy, and you definitely feel that Air Max unit. It feels a little slow and you feel a little bit laggy when you're playing, especially running down the court. So that's why I put it in the second tier, but the Lebron 18 Low is still a nice performer. All right, next we got the Zion 1. It's 120 bucks. It's a nice shoe and I definitely enjoyed playing in it, but it's not the most responsive feeling shoe. And for me, just in my opinion, I like to have a responsive shoe, and the traction just wasn't the best in the Zion 1. And then the cushion, it's very comfortable and I love how it feels, especially that zoom unit, like Air Strobo unit combo in the 4-foot. That feels nice, but then like when you're playing in it, you feel a little slow, and then coupling that with the traction not being the best, you definitely feel not super responsive in that shoe. So just watch out for that. Of course, if that's not a huge deal and you want like more like support and you want more like impact protection, then the Zion 1 is a great option. All right, next we got the 0.4. The 0.4 is actually a very good performer. I would say it's more like bordering along first tier, right? The traction is solid. I tried it, it picks up a good amount of dust, so just watch out for that. But if you're playing on a clean court, it has a solid bite. Cushion is also super nice, like that double stacked 4-foot zoom unit is just really, really nice. The heel is okay. You know, there's a little bit of compression. I feel like, you know, it could have made the foam a little bit softer, but it's still better than just like really stiff Phylon, you know. And the materials feel super minimal, and the shoe feels overall very responsive. So that's good. Another thing I didn't really like about that shoe is that it's super narrow. There's really no outrigger in that shoe, so lateral stability definitely wasn't the best, especially since the cushion is a little bit thicker. And last but not least, in the second tier, we got the Nike Precision 5. It's a super cheap shoe. It's 70 bucks. I would put this shoe in the first tier, but the cushion just isn't that nice. You just literally have a Phylon midsole. There's a little bit of compression, and it's, you know, it's responsive, it's low to the ground and all that, but you don't get any type of bounce, you don't get any type of compression or like good impact protection. So that kind of sucks, but other than that, everything else is super nice, you know. Support's there. Materials for a $70 shoe are actually very, very nice. And then traction was really good as well. So that's why it's in the second tier. If it had better cushioning, it would probably be in the first tier. All right, moving on to the first tier, right? So we got the Kyrie S2, and it's on sale for like 110 bucks on Nike.com. So if you guys do want to cop, again, links are below. But the Kyrie S2, super nice. Traction is phenomenal. You just got to break it in. And then you have the outsole curvature. And then also for impact protection, that cushion in the heel is actually pretty nice. And then the materials are very, very minimal. So it's a really responsive and light feeling shoe on foot. And I really like the Kyrie S2. I feel like it's like better than the Kyrie 7. Although I do wish the Kyrie S2 had that Zoom turbo unit with that cushion. That would have been dope. Sadly, they didn't give it to us. All right, next we got the Jordan 35. The Jordan 35 is a phenomenal shoe. Besides, I guess, like the Achilles part, that still bothers me to this day. But other than that, traction is really nice. Cushion is really nice as well. You get a bounce in the forefoot. There's a really large volume zoom unit in the forefoot. You get a nice compression in the heel with a very large volume zoom unit in the heel as well. Although, if I remember correctly, it's like bottom loaded. And then the material, even though it looks a little bit thick, it's actually not. It's really, really thin, and it's a very supportive shoe as well. So Jordan 35 is a great performer, but it's a little expensive. All right, next we got the Nike Cosmic Unity. The cushion is probably my favorite part about that shoe. You get a full length Zoom strobel unit. Traction was pretty damn nice. I feel like traction could be a little bit better. You know, I wouldn't say it's like top tier, but it gets a job done. But cushion, super nice. Materials, not my type of material. You know, it's a little bit thicker than I would like. For me, in my personal opinion, I like to have a very, very thin and very minimal material in my ball shoes, but it still feels very nice quality, and like it feels cozy on foot, so that's nice. But I would have liked the thinner material. Support and all that is there. The Cosmic Unity is a very, very nice performer. All right, here are my favorite shoes that Nike has to offer. We got 3 shoes, and that's the GT Cut. GT Cut is phenomenal. We get a full-length React drop-in midsole with a full-length Zoom unit, Zoom strobel unit actually, and then a bottom-loaded Zoom unit in the heel. Traction is phenomenal. You get crazy bounce from the cushion, you get good impact protection, you're super low to the ground. Support in lockdown is really good, especially with that grip. You know, that on top of that drop-in midsole, you get a really nice grip on your sock, and then the materials are minimal as well. So GT Cut, really, really nice, but a little expensive, coming in 170 bucks. Next, we got the KD14. It's 150 bucks, but the KD14 is my favorite shoe to play in out of all the shoes that Nike has to offer. The cushion with the cushion line is so soft and nice, but it doesn't feel like super slow or laggy to me, just in my opinion. So that's nice. You get a full length Zoom strobel unit underneath your foot, which feels super bouncy. Traction is top tier. Materials are super thin, but also the upper feels cozy because, you know, you get a little bit of foam in the tongue as well as the ankle area. Support in lockdown, I had no issues with. So the KD14 super nice. And of course, the KD13 is the next shoe on my list. It's on sale for like 100 bucks, 110 bucks, because it is an older shoe, but that's still a top tier performer. Like, you know, traction is top tier. It's like one of the best on this list. Cushion is still super nice with that full length Zoom strobel unit right underneath your foot. It's a little clunky in the heel though, which kind of sucks, but not a huge deal. And the materials, although like it's not the best quality materials, it gets the job done because it's extremely thin and it feels nice on foot. Support in lockdown, I had no issues with that shoe either. So, I mean, those are my 3 favorite from Nike right now: the GT Cut, KD13, and the KD14. So anyways, that's just my list. Tell us what your favorite Nike shoes are down in the comment section below. And I feel like just, you know, the top 3 shoes that I mentioned there, I mean, most people will enjoy. But to be honest, all of these shoes are very, very nice performers, right? I guess the second tier, there are some flaws, just in my opinion. But I mean, in the first tier, they're all really, really nice shoes. And you really can't go wrong with them, right? And if you want more in-depth reviews, obviously, of course, I have my own performance reviews on each and every shoe. So if you want to check those out, go ahead and check this out. But anyways, if you guys do want to cop any of these shoes, I'll try to leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.